Hi, friends. Today I'm going to read to you Pumpkin Jack. And Pumpkin Jack's a great book because it talks about the life cycle of a pumpkin. So, as you're listening, I want you to think about the different steps that are part of the life cycle of a pumpkin plant. Here we go. When Tim carved his first pumpkin, it was fierce and funny and just perfect. A jack-o'-lantern this good deserved a name, so Tim gave it one, Jack. Long after the best trick-or-treat candy was eaten, Tim still kept Jack. At night, when a candle made Jack's face dance on the wall and filled the dark with warm pumpkin smells, Tim felt Jack was almost magic. Yet too soon, the spell was broken. This pumpkin is beginning to rot, announced Mom. It's time to throw it out. Tim knew it was useless to argue. He carried Jack to the garden, which was filled with the brown ghosts of the summer's plants. A dead garden is better than a trash can, thought Tim. Still, it made him sad to leave Jack outside. Whenever chores or play brought Tim to the garden, he looked at Jack. Every time Jack was different. He became wrinkled and his fierce smile began to look silly. Mold spread over Jack's bright orange skin. As the days turned colder, Jack grew flatter. Winter began. Soon Jack was hidden beneath the snow, and Tim forgot about him. The cold, heavy jacket days came, snowman and sledding days, indoor days, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Valentine's. When all the days had passed and the March winds melted the snow, Tim found Jack. What do you think he's going to look like? There wasn't much left, just faded and crumpled skin. So there's the faded skin, a stem, and a few seeds. Jack's Halloween magic was a distant memory now. Tim scraped a thin blanket of dirt over the last bits of pumpkin. Goodbye, Jack, he whispered. So what do you think is going to happen now that there's seeds covered in dirt outside? Will it be sun and water? When spring turned barefoot warm, a tiny sprout appeared where Jack had been. Tim found it and guessed what it was. In the days that followed, Tim weeded and watered and watched the sprout. Slowly and steadily, the plant changed and grew. It branched and spread a web of vines over the ground, but no pumpkin. The days turned hot, flowers opened on the plant each morning, yellow stars that twisted shut forever in the afternoon. Still, there were no pumpkins. Finally, Tim found a little green ball growing behind a crumpled blossom. A pumpkin! Tim let out a whoop and ran to show his mom. By August, the plant had spilled onto the lawn. Tim's favorite game became pumpkin hunting. He carefully waded among the leaves, searching for green pumpkins like hidden treasures. School began again, and the days grew cold. Tim had less time to visit the garden. When he did, the pumpkin plant seemed tired. There were few new leaves, and the old tattered ones no longer hid the fat green pumpkins. So as the pumpkin plant gets bigger and bigger, it sends all the energy to the fruit of the plant, which is the pumpkin, and the leaves start to die. They don't need as much energy anymore. Then, one October morning, Tim woke to see frost coating the garden. The frozen plant seemed changed to pale blue glass. After school, Tim discovered what the frost had done. The pumpkin plant's leaves were as limp as wet paper. It was dying. Tim searched among the withered leaves for the unripe pumpkins. He picked them and put them on the front porch, hoping for one more change. So then the green pumpkins will ripen and they'll turn orange. By Halloween, the pumpkins had ripened to bright orange. There were many, for the plant had been generous. Tim was generous too. He gave all away but one. From jack-o'-lantern to seed to pumpkin again, the cycle was complete. Almost complete. Now it was time for Tim to do his part. He gave his pumpkin a face. It smiled at him in a fierce and funny way. Tim smiled too, and he said, "Welcome back, Jack." And that's the end. So that was a story about the life cycle of a pumpkin. So if we talk about the life cycle, first, Tim had a pumpkin and he made it into a jack-o'-lantern. Then it started to decompose and rot. He left it outside and snow covered it. And in the spring, he found the seed. So that's where the life cycle starts, is with the seed from the pumpkin plant. Okay? So he plants the seed, and then the seed sprouts. So first we have a seed, then we have a sprout. Then the plant grows and it flowers. So it's a seed, sprout, flower. And then the last step is it makes the fruit, right? And then You pick the fruit and the fruit ripens. So let's say that part one more time. So first we have a seed, then we have a sprout, then we have a flower, and the last part is the fruit, the green pumpkin. Okay?